the wind was coming this way. I think it came across the top of this ridge and went down and it rolled. He acted like he winded me, and he was downwind, but I would have figured it would have carried across the top of him. But it's a gorgeous morning. It's getting cloudier as we go along. So this is North Carolina mountains. And it's mountain. You can see behind me here how steep some of this stuff is, and then right here in front of me is. So we're going to settle on in here for another little bit. One buck that I'm after, I've got him on trail camera, and I seen him in the daylight yesterday morning. So we're going to cross our fingers and hope he comes on through here. But man, it is a pretty morning. Stick around. Hopefully we'll get something going. Back on top of the mountain this morning. Last 2 days it has been rainy and foggy. And when I say foggy, I'm talking like 25 yards max visibility. It has been soup. So it finally cleared up and we came back up here on top. We've got this main spine. Well, the other morning we had a deer coming straight up this way. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more activity. We've got those trails. The wind has turned around. It's coming up out of the south. It's not really warm though. It's only about 30 degrees. And it was down in the 20s. A couple hours ago, the leaves and stuff were froze. It's really frosty. So let's settle in here and hopefully something will come up through here. There's one buck that I'm after. That's the one I'd really like to see. So we're going to cross our fingers. Hope he shows up. Well, it was an interesting morning this morning. We were back up here on top. And two little ones and that little bitty spike. And then there was another rack buck. It's not the one I was looking for. But he went through the saddle just right up here, going that way. I think I know which buck it is. And he was on this food plot yesterday evening about 4:20, 4:30. He's not one we're going to shoot. But I'm curious to see if he comes out. And if he does, just watch him. I'm hoping Hot Doe will pick up that one that we're after. But we're going to settle in here for the last couple hours of daylight on this is our twisted turnip food plot, or what's left of it. The deer have absolutely mowed it. I cannot get over how well they took to this food plot this year. But they're still using it. They're in here picking, so we'll see what happens. The other evening we were down here, had two does, two little ones come in on us right at dark. So maybe the pattern holds. We'll see what happens. We'll go from there. So fingers crossed. We're gonna settle on here, get my head net on, and see if someone will show up. Doing something a little different this afternoon. It has been wet and rainy and messy again all day. Schools were on a 2-hour delay this morning, so we couldn't get out. The stand that I've been hunting back over there at our food plot, I kind of feel like the deer are getting on to us there a little bit, so I decided to let that rest for the evening. And I just came back up here. I'm up in the corner of the hayfields. I really like to turkey hunt about 200 yards over there in front of us. Actually, probably closer to 3, sitting here looking at it. But the deer, my stand that I normally hunt up on the mountain, this is about a quarter of a mile on the straight line right there. But a lot of times, the deer will filter out of the woods up into this field right at dark. So I'm on top of a really high knoll, and everything where I fear the deer may come from is below me. It's a deep holler. My back is right against the property line, neighbor property right here. And I'm looking out this way. But this really deep holler goes down. So, like I said, the deer like to filter out of the woods and come into this field in the evenings. So I figured, what the heck, I just brought one of my turkey loungers up here. I'm sitting on the ground. got another really big tree right here in front of me, so I am kind of broken up. Still got rain moving through. It's trying to rain right now. So we're going to sit here till dark. The other thing too, and I'll pan around here in a minute, but the pigs are absolutely destroying the hayfield up here. We've got to eliminate them somehow. So this situation might rapidly become a hog hunt. But we're going to sit here till dark and see what happens. I'm hoping this rain will move on out of here. I mean, it's just little spotty showers moving through. But I may have to throw a coat or something over the camera here. Because there's no cover up there to keep us dry. So we'll settle on here. We'll get my head net on. See if anything filters up out of the woods here. But this could be interesting. That really big buck that I've been after. The one morning I seen him in the field, he was down here about 400 yards. But where I've been getting him on camera is just 500 yards right straight here in front of us. So let's settle in here and let's see what happens. Man, that didn't take long. Already a doe out on the field. goodness, what a morning. I think, if my count was right, we wound up seeing 10 deer up here. It all started with that little spike that come through right here. And then I could hear deer down in the holler over here. And it just became a parade. It was does. And then that one, he was a 6-point, but he's broken one, his right side, broke a whole right side off. He's been in here 2 or 3 times. But that makes me feel better. I had pictures of him night before last, I think, and he was still had both sides. So there's something big in the area. But he was dogging does and does around. The little spike went down, then here come the little doe down behind me, then the big doe. And then I kind of thought things was over, and then there was 4 more went through the holler down here. I do believe one of the best western North Carolina mornings I've ever had. Certainly the best one I've ever had up here, but I believe that one rivals some of the best ones I've ever had. So we're going to get down, go back to the house, get a couple of chores done, get some firewood carried in, and then we'll make a plan, figure out what we're going to do this evening. I'm really tempted just to come back up here. So we'll see what happens, but we're going to get down, go grab something to eat, then we'll figure out what we're going to do in a little bit. Something different for this evening. I'm down here on our twisted turnip food plot. My ladder stand about 15 yards right there. But I've had a couple of does kind of watching that stand. I think they're on to it. So I've come around over here and just kind of sort of see the bank right here. So I'm tucked up against the bank, and I'm in an ivy thicket. And our number 1 target buck was on this plot with a doe this morning. So I'm hoping that she will bring him back through here. And with me not being up there, they won't be as like to look for it. But I am nervous about being on the ground. But anyway, he was in here. And I've got another stand up on where I've been hunting up top. It's just, I don't know, in a straight line, it's probably 500 yards up that way. He daylighted this morning right here. Honestly, it looks like what might be a real big rub over there on the other side of the ditch. So we're going to settle in here and hopefully, she'll bring him back through here. I'm getting close. That's all we can do now is just keep getting close and cross our fingers. So let's settle in here and see what the evening holds.
we're going to stick a fork in the North Carolina rifle season. We're done. I'm not going to get to come back out this evening. It has been a roller coaster. That big buck has managed to elude us the whole season. Got close to him a time or two, I feel like. But I may wind up calling him the ghost. He is a slick rascal. So we're going to wrap this one up. We've got about 3 more days in Georgia next week. We're going to go down there, see if we can pick up a doe or two. But we're done in North Carolina. So if you've liked this video, smash that like button down below for us by all means. Drop a question, comment. We'd love to hear from you, talk to you. So if you haven't already, by all means, subscribe. And we'll catch you on the next one.